try open it in the incognito mode. Browser cache, you delete it. Okay.
Recording in progress.
Good morning. Sorry, good evening guys. Good evening everyone. Let's get started with the today's session. I'm sharing my screen. All of you can see the screen now. I'm sharing my screen. All of you can see the screen now. Good. Can you see my paint now? All of you can see my paint now? Why you people are facing that view problem, guys? Guys, that view setting, I can't do anything, man. That you people has to check it. I don't have anything to do that view. You people need to set up that view part. Okay? Maybe some issue with the Zoom. Some issue with software application, na? There was some issue. Maybe they are doing some updates. How we are doing updates to Ashok IT website? I think they are also doing some updates to Zoom app. पता नहीं क्या है. ठीक है, चलो. Let's start with the today's discussion, guys. In last session, we discussed about XML. In last session, we discussed about XML and JAX-B. We discussed about XML and JAX-B. XML is interoperable, which is recommended format to exchange the data from one application to another application. XML is interoperable. XML is interoperable, and it is recommended format to exchange data from one application to another application. One application to another application to achieve interoperability. To deal with the XML data in the Java applications, we are going to use JAX-B API. To deal with XML data in Java applications, we are using JAX-B API. To deal with XML data in Java applications, we are using JAX-B API. By using JAX-B API, XML data can be converted into Java object, and Java object data can be converted into XML. Using JAX-B API, we can convert XML data into Java object and vice versa. Okay, to perform conversions, we need binding classes. Yesterday, we have developed programs for marshalling and unmarshalling. In last session, we developed programs for marshalling and unmarshalling. I hope you guys practiced marshalling and unmarshalling programs. Can I assume that you practiced how to perform marshalling and unmarshalling? Are you comfortable with XML? You guys are not able to use that annotation, huh? Maybe your build path issue. You need to use Java 1.8 version. You need to use the Java 1.8 version. Able to follow me? If you use the Java 1.8 version, then you can use that annotation. Okay? Fine. Now let's get started with today's session. Nowadays the demand for XML data got decreased because of JSON. Nowadays the demand for XML formats got decreased due to JSON format. JSON data is very lightweight. JSON data is very lightweight when compared with XML data. JSON stands for JavaScript Object Notation. JSON stands for JavaScript Object Notation. JSON stands for JavaScript Object Notation. JSON is also interoperable. JSON data is also interoperable. That means it is platform independent and language independent. JSON data is also platform independent and language independent. JSON data will be represented in the form of key and value pair. JSON will represent data in the form of key value pair. JSON will represent data in the form of key value pair. Okay, so now tell me, nowadays in the REST APIs, people are using XML or people are using JSON? XML demand got decreased in the market. XML demand got decreased in the market and the demand got increased for JSON data. XML demand got decreased in the market and the demand for JSON data got increased. So what is JSON? JSON stands for JavaScript Object Notation. What is JSON, guys? JSON stands for JavaScript Object Notation. JSON data is very lightweight when compared with the XML data. JSON data is also interoperable. JSON data is also interoperable. JSON will represent data in the form of key value pair. JSON will represent the data in the form of key value pair. So sample JSON data. Let me show you how sample JSON data looks like. Okay, so JSON data will begin with curly brace and will end with curly brace. Here I want to take ID 101. Name is a string. String will be represented in the double quote. Name, ID and phone number. Phone number I will represent like this: +91 630 192 1083. Okay, location. Now location is a string that I am representing in the double quotes. Okay, so this is my sample JSON structure. This is my sample JSON structure. Now, similarly, how the XML looks like, sample XML data. Same thing I can represent in the XML format. How can I represent? First I need to take one tag, root tag, which is called company. I'm taking one root tag called company. Inside the company, I need to take one ID 101, and company name, that is Ashok IT. That is Ashok IT. Okay. Next one, I'm taking phone number, that is +91 630192108 phone number I'm taking. Then I'm going to take a location. Okay, HYD, none, company. Okay, now guys, observe the difference between XML data and JSON data. Can you observe the difference between XML data and JSON data? Can you observe the difference between XML data and JSON data? Come on guys. Can you see the difference between XML data and JSON data now? So which one is more readable? Which one is more readable? JSON is more readable. ID 101, name Ashok IT, phone number 630192108 location HYD. If you look at the XML, one tag is open, one tag is closed. ID 10 ID, name Ashok IT, name, phone number, name, phone number, location HYD, location. So the number of characters are increasing in the XML because more metadata is there. If I want to represent 10, if I want to represent the value 10, what is happening? I am writing ID open and I am writing ID close. ID open, ID close. So that means metadata is more than actual data in the XML. Can I say metadata is more than actual data in the XML? JSON data is more readable and recommended format. JSON data is more readable and recommended format. JSON data is more readable and recommended format to exchange the data, recommended format to use in distributed application. To use in distributed applications. Okay. In XML metadata is more than actual data. It is not that much readable. It is not that much readable. Now in REST APIs, the demand for XML is getting decreased. Earlier, people used to work with the XML for configuration. Now, people are using XML for configuration, or people are using YML file for configurations? People are using XML for configuration, or people are using YML for configuration? YML is another markup language. People are not using XML for configuration. 5 years back, 10 years back, 5 years back, 10 years back, people used to work with the XML for configuration like serverlog.xml, Hibernate CFG.xml, Hibernate mapping.xml. But nowadays, no, people are not using that. Nowadays, people are not using that. People are using YML for configurations. People are using YML file for configurations. They are not using XML. And earlier, people used it to develop the SOAP-based web services. SOAP-based web services. SOAP-based web services will support XML data and JSON data. RESTful services will support for both XML data and JSON data. XML data and JSON data. But XML is recommended or JSON is recommended. XML is recommended or JSON is recommended. XML is recommended or JSON is recommended. JSON is lightweight. JSON is lightweight and JSON is more readable. And JSON is lightweight and JSON is more readable. JSON is lightweight and JSON is more readable. Are you guys able to follow me? Are you guys able to follow me? Good. Now, how to work with JSON data in the Java applications? Hi guys, here observe carefully. To work with JSON data, we have to work with JSON data. To work with JSON data in Java applications, we have third-party APIs. What are those things available, guys? To work with JSON data in Java applications, we have third-party APIs. One of the third-party API is, directly there is nothing from Sun Microsystem. We have third-party APIs. One is Jackson API, another one is JSON API. What are the APIs available to work with JSON data in the Java applications, guys? What are the APIs available to work with JSON data in the Java applications? One is Jackson and another one is JSON. The above two are open source APIs only. We can use them for free of cost. No need to pay anything. They are third party, but we can use them for free of cost. The above two APIs are free of cost, are open source. Okay. Now, when we are using Spring Boot will internally uses Jackson API. When we are using Spring Boot will internally uses Jackson API. Are you able to follow me? To work with JSON data in Java applications, we have third-party APIs. One of the third-party API is a Jackson API. Another one is JSON API. Why we are using this Jackson or JSON? Now here I have JSON data. Here I have JSON data. I want to convert this JSON data into Java object. I want to convert this JSON data into which format, guys? I want to convert this JSON data into Java object. Okay. Now, Java object can be converted to JSON. JSON data can be converted to Java object. Okay. By using which APIs? Either you can go for Jackson API or you can go for JSON API. Either you can go for Jackson API or you can go for JSON API. Able to follow me? Now here, guys, the terminology is a little different. The process of converting Java object to JSON is called as serialization. It is not a normal serialization, guys. In the Java, we have serialization, java.io serializable interface. No, it is different. Now, Java object can be converted into JSON data by using Jackson API or JSON API. That is called as serialization. Similarly, JSON data can be converted into Java object. That is called as deserialization. All this terminology I am going to use at the time of REST API development. You have to remember, I am not teaching all these things for time pass. These all are the prerequisites to develop the distributed applications by using RESTful services. I am covering the prerequisites to develop the REST APIs, guys. Please remember that. I'm not doing any time pass. I'm teaching the concepts which are required for our future classes. Understand? I'm not teaching all these theory per time pass. I'm teaching these concepts as prerequisites to develop the REST APIs. So tomorrow when I develop a REST API, I want to send the data to JSON. I want to send the data from one application to another application by using JSON format. Then we need to use some API called Jackson API. The process of converting Java object to JSON data is called as a serialization. The process of converting JSON data to Java object is called as a deserialization. Now tell me, Jackson, JSON available in the Java, or these are third-party APIs? Jackson and JSON are available in the Java or third-party? Third-party. What about JAX-B? What about JAX-B? JAX-B is a Java API or JAX-B is a third-party API? JAX-B is a Java API, but Jackson and JSON are the third-party APIs. Jackson and JSON are the third-party APIs. Are you guys getting my point? XML data can be converted to Java. Java data can be converted to XML. They are called as marshalling and unmarshalling. But here, are we calling as marshalling, unmarshalling, or we are calling as serialization, deserialization? We are calling as serialization and deserialization. Are you able to follow me? Are you able to follow me now? Very good. Can we start developing one application for that? Can we start developing one application to understand how to convert the Java to JSON, JSON to Java by using Jackson API? Okay, let's build one application. File new. This time I am going for Maven project. This time what I am using, guys? I'm going to use Maven project. Simple Maven project. Okay. Group ID in dot Ashok ID, artifact ID that is 28 Jackson API. My screen is not visible. Huh? 1 second, guys. Sorry. Yeah. Can you guys look at my screen? Are you able to see my IDE now? Are you able to see my IDE now? I want to build one application by using Jackson API. I want to build one application by using Jackson API. I want to build one application using Jackson API to convert the Java to JSON and JSON to Java. Okay, right. File, new, Maven project. I need to add the dependency. Instead of I'm downloading the dependency, instead of I'm going to download the dependency, I'm going to take the dependency from Maven. Create a simple Maven project, guys. Select this, file, new, Maven project. Create a simple project. Next, group ID, I'm taking it as in dot Ashok ID. Artifact ID, I'm taking as 28 Jackson application. Finish. Jackson application, finish. Now we need dependency for the Jackson. Can we copy the Jackson dependency from MVN repository? Let us go to MVN repository. Let us go to MVN repository. Search for Jackson dependency. Let's check for Jackson. Search for this. Jackson data bind. Jackson core, Jackson dependency is available. Okay, Jackson data bind. Jackson core is available. Jackson data bind. Let's take the Jackson data bind. 2.13.1 is the latest. Let us copy. Go to our IDE. Let us add this dependency in the pom.xml file of our project. Go to our project pom.xml file. Go to our project pom.xml file. Let us add the dependency in our pom.xml file. Add one tag called dependencies tag. Inside the dependencies, let us add one dependency tag. Let us add one dependency tag. Dependency already we copied na. Okay, let's remove this and add it. Now I have added one dependency called Jackson data bind. What is this Jackson? Jackson is a third-party API which is used to convert the JSON data into Java object. Perfect. Let me create one Java class to represent the structure of the JSON. New class. I'm taking one class with a name called invoice. I'm taking a class with a name called invoice. In.ashokit.bindings. I'm taking a class with a name called invoice. Alright. Private string invoice ID, private string paid amount, private local date, some date I want to print on the invoice, private local date, or else private invoice ID and private paid amount, private string customer name, private string customer name, private string customer email, private string customer phone number. I have taken a class with a name called invoice, which is having invoice ID, paid amount, course name, course email, customer name, customer email, customer phone number. Let us take setters getters for these variables. Let us generate the setters getters for these variables. I have generated toString method, and I'm also going to generate the setters getters for these variables. Alt Shift S R. Select all. Then I got the setters getters for these variables, and I have added toString method for all the variables. toString method is used to print content of the object. toString method is used to print content of the object. Okay, setters getters are used to set the value and get the value. Setters getters are used to set the value and get the value. Got it? Perfect. Okay, now this class is ready. It's a simple Java class, guys. No annotations, nothing. Now let's go to package and create one more class called Java to JSON converter. What is the name of the class I'm taking? Java to JSON converter. I'm taking this as a converters. Java to JSON converter. Let us write one method, main method, which is used to convert the Java object into JSON format. First, let me set the data for invoice. Invoice is equal to new invoice. I'm creating the object for invoice. Invoice dot set invoice ID, that is invoice 101, something like this. Invoice dot set paid amount, invoice amount was double string. Okay, invoice amount dollar of 350. Invoice amount dollar of 350. All right. Next one, invoice dot set customer name some John. Invoice dot set customer email, that is John @ashokitech.com. Invoice dot set customer phone number. Phone number was string. Okay, let us take this. Yeah. So is my data ready in the Java object format? Nothing. I have just created one simple Java project and I have added one dependency. What is the dependency I have added in the pom.xml? I have added a dependency called Jackson data bind. Jackson is a third-party API, so I'm adding dependency in the pom.xml. I have taken Java to JSON converter. So I have a main method. Inside the main method, I'm creating object for invoice. I have a main method. Inside the main method, I'm creating object for the invoice. Invoice.set invoice ID. Invoice.set invoice ID. Okay. Paid amount, customer name, and customer phone number. I am setting all these details. All right. Now I want to convert this Java object into JSON. I want to convert this Java object into JSON format. How can we convert this Java object into JSON format? To convert the Java object into JSON format, in the Jackson API there is a class called object mapper. Object mapper is equal to new object mapper. What is the name of the class, guys? Object mapper. Object mapper is used to perform conversions. Java to JSON, JSON to Java. Okay. Mapper dot write value as a string. Write value as a string. What it is going to give us? It is going to take the object and it is going to give the string. Mapper dot write value. You can write that value to the file also. Write value result to a file. Let me take one file with a name called invoice.json. Value is what? Invoice object. Okay. It is giving some exception, throws exception. Now I am doing serialization or deserialization. I'm doing serialization or deserialization, guys. System.out.println JSON file created. I'm doing serialization or deserialization. Serialization. I'm converting the Java object into JSON format. I'm converting the Java object into JSON format. Are you guys able to follow me? Java to JSON serialization I'm doing. Java to JSON serialization I'm doing. Are you able to follow me? Are you guys able to follow me? Come on. Okay. Perfect, guys. Let's run this program. Run this program. See this. JSON file created. Go to your project. Refresh. Invoice.json created. Control Shift F. Can you see the data is converted from the Java to JSON format? Can we see the data converted from Java object into JSON format? Yes. Yes. The data converted from Java object into JSON format. the data converted from Java object into JSON format. Are you guys clear with this? Okay. Next, can we do reverse also? Can we do reverse also? I have JSON. Can I convert the JSON back to Java? Yes. New class. Let me do JSON to Java converter. JSON to Java converter. I'm doing deserialization now. I have a JSON file. I want to convert the JSON file into Java object. Let us take a main method. What is the class that is available to perform conversions here? What is the class that is available to perform conversions here? Can you tell me what is the class available? Object mapper. Perfect. So object mapper is our class, or object mapper is a predefined class. Object mapper is our class, or object mapper is a predefined class. Object mapper is a predefined class available in the Jackson API. I have created the object and I have imported the package. Guys, some people may get a doubt, sir, how the package is coming automatically? Nothing will come automatically. I'm importing with a shortcut. Control Shift O. I'm pressing a shortcut in my keyboard. That is the reason package imported. Some people will say that, sir, I'm getting error. Praveen, are you listening? I'm writing the class and I'm importing with Control Shift O so that it is going to import the package. I'm not writing manually. I'm not teaching you core Java. I'm not teaching you core Java to tell you import space com dot faster xml dot jackson dot databind dot object mapper. I can't tell you that. We should not do that. It is not core Java. It's REST API classes. You should know some shortcuts. You should know some shortcuts. I have uploaded one video also on the Eclipse shortcuts in our YouTube channel. You don't watch that. If we are giving anything for free, you people will not consider that. If we give anything for free, you people will not consider that. Okay. Now, I have taken this class. Object mapper is equal to new object mapper. Object mapper is equal to new object mapper. Then what is the next step? Mapper dot read value. Mapper dot read value, and we have to specify the file name. What is the value? The value is available in a file. Kaun sa file? New file, that is invoice.json. That file data should be converted into which object? That file data should be converted into invoice object. Okay? That file data should be converted into invoice object. Now see here, I'm creating the object for a class called object mapper, which is a predefined class available in the Jackson API. Creating the object for a class called object mapper, which is a predefined class available in the Jackson. What is the purpose of that class? That class provided the methods to perform Java to JSON conversion and JSON to Java conversion. Mapper.read value of JSON file, comma, invoice.class. इसका मतलब क्या है भाई? I'm giving the file as an input and I'm giving the class type also. That means this object mapper should read this file and should convert into this class object. That is the meaning of read value. Earlier what we have done, write value. So the method names also very readable. Write value. Write value means write the data to this file using this object. Write the data to this file using this object data. Read value means take this file and convert into this object. Throws exception. Okay. Read value. What is the return type of the read value now? Here also people will get a doubt. Sir, how are you getting the return statement automatically for the method? That also I am using a shortcut. To get the return statement of the return value of the method. Control 1 enter. See here automatically my method return type stored into variable. See here I'm keeping my cursor at the end of the line. Control 1 enter. I got the invoice object. I will just edit the variable name. Then let's print it. System.out.println. What is this? Invoice. Okay? This method is used to convert the JSON data into Java object. Execute this program. Are you able to read the data in the form of object now? Whatever the data available in the JSON, are we able to convert it into Java object now? Yes, we are able to convert the data into Java object. Are you guys comfortable with this? Converting the Java data to JSON, JSON data to Java. Create a Maven project working with the Jackson API. What we have done today? Working with Jackson API. What are the steps we have implemented, guys? What are the steps I have implemented? Create a Maven project. Simple Maven project. Add Jackson data bind dependency. Add below dependency in pom.xml file. What was the dependency I have added? Let me show you. This is the dependency that I am adding in my pom.xml. I'm adding this dependency in my pom.xml because Jackson is a third-party API, so we need to add this dependency to use the object mapper class. Add this dependency. Create a binding class. To represent data in the form of object. Create a binding class which is going to represent the data in the form of object. Class can be anything, guys. No need of any annotations here. A simple Java class, Pojo class also will support for Jackson. Am I writing any annotations here? No. You can write setters getters for this variable. And you can write toString method to print the data. You can write the setters getters and you can write the toString method to print the data. Are you getting my point? Oh my god, 1 second. Yes, right. ToString method I am overriding and setters getters I am writing for this Java class. Alright. Next one. Create the Java class to perform serialization. Create Java class to perform Java object to JSON conversion. Create Java class to perform Java object to JSON conversion. This is my Java class which will perform Java object to JSON conversion. Okay, I hope you guys are clear with this class which is converting Java object into JSON. To perform the conversion, we are using one predefined class called object mapper which is provided by Jackson API. Create. Now, the above Java class will create the JSON file like below. The above Java class will create, when we execute the above Java class, it will create JSON file like below. What is that JSON? Invoice.json. You just need to format that. Control Shift F will give you proper format of that JSON. It is creating a JSON file like this. Create the Java class to convert the JSON data into Java object. Okay, create the Java class. Create Java class which will convert JSON data to Java object. Create a Java class which will convert the JSON data to Java object. That is JSON to Java conversion. Very simple. Read value method available. Write value, read value. Write value is used to write the object into JSON and read value to read the JSON data into Java object. When we run the above program, it will read the data from the invoice.json and will convert into invoice object. When we execute above program, it will read JSON data from invoice.json file and it will convert into invoice class object. Invoice class object. I hope I have given the notes very clearly to work with Jackson API. Okay guys, what is Jackson? Can you revise the notes now quickly? Can you guys revise the notes quickly? What we discussed in the today's session? It's very important. It's very important. It's very important. Nowadays, the demand for XML formats got decreased due to JSON format. JSON data is very lightweight when compared with XML data. JSON stands for JavaScript Object Notation. JSON data is also interoperable. That means platform and language independent. Platform and language independent. Okay. JSON will represent the data in the form of key value pair. JSON will represent the data in the form of key value pair. Sample JSON, ID, name, phone number and location. Sample JSON, ID, name, phone number and location. Sample XML, company ID, name, phone number and location. But which is more readable, JSON or XML? JSON is more readable and JSON is lightweight. XML having more tags. XML having more tags. It will occupy more memory. Okay. So in the XML, metadata is more than actual data. But in the JSON, it is in the form of key value. It is more readable and it is lightweight. Okay. JSON data is more readable and recommended format to use in distributed applications. In XML, metadata is more than actual data. It is not that much readable. The demand for XML is getting decreased. Okay. How to work with JSON data in the Java application? We have two APIs, guys. In order to work with JSON data in the Java applications, we have two APIs. One is called as Jackson, another one is called JSON. The above two APIs are open source. Okay. Now here we have JSON data, here we have Java object. Java object can be converted to JSON. JSON data can be converted to Java. The process of converting Java object into JSON is called as serialization. The process of converting JSON to Java is called as deserialization. Working with Jackson. How to work with Jackson? By creating a simple Maven project, we can work with Jackson. Add the below dependency in the form.xml. Create a simple Maven project, add this dependency. Then I am creating a Java class. No need of any special annotations, guys. Simple Fojo class is sufficient. It is not like JAXB. JAXB requires a binding class, but JSON normal Java class also sufficient for this. Normal Java class also sufficient for this. Invoice class I have taken. In that class, I am generating some setters, getters, and I am using toString for our purpose. Setting the data, getting the data, printing the data. Now I have taken a class. In this class, I am using object mapper, write value method to write the data into JSON file. Java object can be converted to JSON. Okay. So whenever you execute the Java program, it will create the JSON data like this. Create the Java class which will convert the JSON to Java object. So this format is going to convert the Java object into JSON format. Object mapper, read value, write value. Object mapper class. Object mapper class. Okay. In this class, write value to convert Java object to JSON. Write value method to convert Java object to JSON. Next one, read value to convert JSON to Java object. Read value method to convert JSON to Java object. Okay. Similarly, we can use JSON API also. What is the purpose of JSON API? What is the purpose of JSON API? What is the purpose of JSON API? Come on guys, please. What is the purpose of JSON API? Working with JSON API. Same thing. In the JSON API, very funny thing, very simple methods are available. There is a class called JSON class. JSON is equal to new JSON. There is a predefined class available with a name called JSON. JSON dot to JSON. JSON dot to JSON. JSON dot from JSON. These are the methods available. Now do you understand what is the purpose of to JSON method and from JSON method? To convert Java to JSON. To convert Java object to JSON. Very simple. Now from JSON to convert JSON to Java. To convert JSON to Java object. JSON class we have to, JSON dependency we have to take. We have to create a Maven project and we have to take the JSON dependency. In the JSON dependency there is a predefined class called JSON. In the JSON we have a method called toJSON from JSON. toJSON is used to convert the Java object to JSON. From JSON is used to convert the JSON data to Java object. I think it's very simple. Can you guys try that on your own? Working with JSON API. I explained you how to work with the Jackson API. Can you guys try working with the JSON API? I have given the class name, I have given the methods also. But we don't use the JSON API in the real time, guys, because Spring Boot is coming up with the Jackson by default. We are going to use Jackson API in the projects. But for our understanding purpose, I have explained the JSON also. But this is very simple, very straightforward method. So to JSON from JSON. To JSON from JSON, very simple methods we have. JSON API given by Google, guys. It is given by Google. Okay, fine. So I hope you understand what is JSON, how to work with JSON data. Okay, fine guys. Fine. I wish all of you happy Sankranti, happy Pongal. We have our next session on Monday. Next 3 days chutti avai. Enjoy with your family. Take rest, but don't forget restful services. Take rest, but don't forget restful services. We all are belongs to restful services. Monday se start karenge. Happy Sankranti. You take rest, but don't leave the restful services. Good. We'll continue from Monday. Thank you. So please practice XML Jackson related examples will continue from Monday. Okay, next 3 days Pongal holidays. Chalo guys, bye bye, good night. See you on Monday. Any assignment that I will give you in the Telegram. Okay, you have Telegram group. I will update you in the Telegram. People who don't have the access for class notes, just register in our website. I will give the permission for that. Thank you. See you on Monday. Chalo guys. Sure Sagar, I will do that, man. I will do that. Okay. Yeah. Tomorrow morning class is also not there. 19 JRTP, 18 JRTP, कोई class नहीं है भाई. 3 दिन छुट्टी है. It's festival mode. All my classes will resume from Monday. No classes for next 3 days. Pongal holidays. Okay. I wish you all of you happy Pongal. Enjoy with your family. Practice some examples also. We'll meet again on Monday. Monday we'll start discussing about HTTP protocol. That is another concept that we need to know to start our development. Good. Bye bye.